I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. White.
Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over. The Chicago Bulls.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah!
And off we go on a Monday. Good morning. Sorry about the mess you see behind me. Wife and I are getting the office together, which is why I don't have the screen up. We haven't figured out where to put everything yet. And already we're in the feedback zone presented by Fanatics. Salute Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, courtesy of A.L. Evans out of Austin, Texas. Good morning to you, sir. Cole Johnson will be along in just a moment. But Cole sent me something early this morning that I just might have to attack later. How was you guys' weekend? I began this once again with a shout out to Charles Faulkner and Company because I made a plea and they responded. Mr. Faulkner loves to say, and it's so very true, my brother, my champion, my savior. Well, a lot of the guys rode to the rescue this past weekend. We're not out of the woods yet. So I'm going to put that at the bottom of the screen. Like I said, we're not out of the woods yet, but thank you to everyone who rode to the rescue. Every person who donated to our Cash App, and we still need the help. We absolutely still need the help. All right, let's, before I start crying, let me get this ridiculousness out of here. Here we go with today's Whip Around presented by Monkey Knife Fight. Max Scherzer is not happy with the PitchCom system. And you can consider Andrew Knizer a PitchCom convert. The Cardinals pitcher had heard the chatter but never laid eyes on a PitchCom device until more than a month into the 2022 season. The Cardinals were the last team to implement the anti-sign stealing technology that allows the catcher to communicate with the pitcher and 3 other fielders by pressing a button. Who made this up? That's all. Who made this up? There's a system. There's an I can't even say it. Anti-sign stealing system. Really? I guess with the whole thing that happened in 2017 with the Houston Astros, everybody's become, the word I'm looking for is paranoid about stealing signs. How long is this going on before someone brought it to light in 2017? That's my question. How long was this going on? Well, as I like to say best, next. Matthew Stafford's elbow pain is abnormal for a quarterback, according to Rams coach Sean McVay. Coach of the world champions says Matthew Stafford's continuing elbow pain is unusual for a football player, and the Los Angeles Rams are trying to determine whether it will hamper their starting quarterback in the regular season. He's been throwing in individual drills and 7-on-7 setups while skipping the full team portions of the defending Super Bowl champions training camp at practices at UC Irvine. Stafford had an unspecified injection in his elbow during the offseason, and he reported feeling ongoing pain in the joint last month after not doing any serious throwing in the Rams offseason program. That is unusual, McVay said, quote, "It's a little abnormal for a quarterback. Some of this stuff is things that MLB pitchers deal with, so it's something we're kind of learning about on the fly." Close quote. Learning about on the fly? He's your starting quarterback. I'll say it again. He is your starting quarterback. And you're just, some of these things, and in a moment, I'll have my partner in here to help out matters. But my quick take on it, I think the Los Angeles Rams offense is in serious, serious trouble. This one I just inserted a hearty farewell, regular season wise, to the legendary Sue Bird. She played her last regular season game in front of a full house at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. That unfortunately ended with a loss, 89-81 to the Las Vegas Aces. I nearly said Los Angeles. But Sue Bird, playing her 20th and final season in the WNBA, is saying farewell at age 40. Now she's going to prepare for one final playoff run. How far the storybook ending would be for Sue Bird to win a championship? Well, there's another legend by the name of Candace Parker who may have something to say about that. But Sue Bird, you've been one of my favorites to watch. And congratulations to you and a spectacular 2-decade career in the WNBA. Cale Gundy has spent more than half of his life as either a player or a coach at Oklahoma. Unfortunately, the past 24 seasons will not become 25 because Sunday night, the wide receivers coach surprisingly announced his resignation with a statement on Twitter. Gundy said last week during a film session he noticed a player distracted. Uh-oh. Gundy said, quote, I picked up his iPad and read aloud the words that were written on the screen. The words displayed had nothing to do with football. One particular word that I should never, under any circumstance, have uttered was displayed on that screen. In the moment, I did not realize what I was reading, and as soon as I did, I was horrified. He goes on to say, quote, I want to be very clear. The words I read aloud from that screen were not my words. What I said was not malicious. It wasn't even intentional. Still, I am mature enough to know that the word I said was shameful and hurtful, no matter what my intentions. The unfortunate reality is that someone in my position can cause harm without ever meaning to do so. In that circumstance, a man of character accepts accountability. I take responsibility for my mistake, and I apologize. As Cole Johnson now joins me. And close the quote on that. Man, what are these students thinking? Oh, therein lies the key word.
Well, they're in college. That's what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, you're saying they aren't? Oops.
I said that for years. Idiots. Now then, next.
All right.
Dan Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
F this. Next.
Oh, Lord. I love how you respect certain news stories.
It's the Detroit Lions, for God's sake. I do respect this one. The Seattle Mariners free agent edition they adopt a rescue dog to help the postseason push. This nice. I like. The team announced Saturday it adopted a 4-year-old mixed Labrador named Tucker. The rescue dog will be a regular fixture around T-Mobile Park, aka Safeco Field, and for occasional road games. The club created a Twitter account for Tucker, showing the pup playing fetch in the clubhouse, hanging out in manager Scott Service's office, and running up the dugout steps to the field. This I like. Screw the rally monkey. We got a rally pup, and I love it.
I'm with that. Look.
I'm with that.
I get why. I get why it was popular in our day. When I say in our day, I mean in our youths.
Yep.
That you had the rally monkeys, but when I saw this story, I was like, yeah, this is one of the reasons why I got hooked onto baseball. Really, is that you get to hear these types of stories, and they make up the fabric so much of the tapestry that is baseball. That you get a chance to tell these types of stories, and you get to be engrossed in teams that you really didn't care about before. But you hear this and it's like, oh, okay, I think I'm going to have to root for this team now. Although, mind you, my team is the Astros. The Mariners are in my team's division, the AL West. So that won't really happen for me. But outside of the fan aspect, I can respect the Mariners for this.
I can respect them also. Let's see how far Tucker could push them in getting them to the postseason. That's this morning's Whip Around presented by Monkey Knife Fight. Now then, Mr. Johnson, I have a bone to pick with you.
And it is time to go to a commercial break. We'll be
no,
right
you
back.
Don't. No, you don't.
What bone do you have to pick with me, man?
Why did you wake me up at 5 in the morning, almost 5 in the morning, with a piece of ridiculousness you know I want to touch, but I'm not going to?
Imagine me waking up at this.
Okay. Yeah, I told. This is why I'm picking at you, but because I totally get where it's coming from. I totally get why it's happening. I totally get that.
I would say, imagine me waking up at the same time being greeted with that. I'm like, oh,
dude,
great.
You don't have to. You don't have to explain. This is why I'm picking at you. You don't have to explain. As we have told Wise, our partner on Thursdays and Fridays, so many times over, we don't find them.
No.
We actively do not try to find them.
Nope.
They and their ridiculousness, they don't even try to find us. They find us.
Yeah.
We don't even try this ish.
No. I did not in the search bar type bronze sexual slander. I never do that.
I know you did.
All I had to do is just like, okay, let me see what's in the news. Like go through social media and then I'm like, oh heck no.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw 2 pieces of ridiculousness, which made me feel that way. Yeah.
2. Uh-oh. Now, if my partner sees 2 pieces of ridiculousness, there's some fun involved.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, A, there's some fun involved. And B, unfortunately, there's that B word involved. Pluralized.
Heavily pluralized.
I want to. So bad.
But it's all right, though. We will definitely get into it on Wednesday.
I will be nice. Save this for this designated day.
Mm-hmm.
But you better email this one to me. Because if I look, I'm gonna turn this screen off.
Okay.
Because if I look at it again, I will attack it. Listen, y'all, before I brought Cole on as my full-time partner on the show, imagine some of the stuff that finds me that I send to him.
I thought it was me.
No,
all this while I thought it was me until you showed me like, no, it's not me.
It's definitely not you, and I've sent you a ton of pieces of evidence to prove that it's not you. I sent you a ton of evidence between Indiana and North Carolina. I sent you stuff while I was on the road.
Yeah, you have. Yep.
I've sent you stuff even while I was on the road, while we were driving up here once upon a time to visit my in-laws, and now when we were moving up here. Trust me, this finds us.
Oh, yeah.
This finds us. Now we'll go to a break. Bryant Young, you stole my heart and you made me cry.
Thank you, brother. Your induction was long
Young.
Overdue, and man, am I glad you're inducted now. Wow.
Whew. I mean, there are very few words. All right. We better not get emotionally invested. We'll do that after the break.
Definitely.
We'll talk about Bryant Young's speech. Want to chime in? You can do so. Subscribe to YouTube, youtube.com/snowmaninthemorning50, or you can hit the new text line at 910-446-5308. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Thanks for listening to this episode of Snowman in the Morning. You can support us at Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson every time you shop for fan gear or collectibles at Fanatics. Just visit officialsitmorn.com/fanatics and click on the Fanatics logo. Then shop as planned and we'll get a commission on your sale that will help us a ton. Next time you're going to shop at Fanatics, just visit officialsitmorn.com/fanatics and support our morning show. Thanks.
Discouragement, sorrow, distance. Your arguments cause damage to your family. The hurt leads to divorce. You feel like there is nowhere else to turn. But there is hope for you. That's where we come into play. There is an overcomer that lives inside of you. One ready to take on the world as you leap for joy, living in victory. You'll grow to love yourself and others. There's life after divorce, and you can claim it today. Get Over Divorce, where your new story begins here every Thursday on YouTube and Spreaker.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
He's a 4-time NBA champion, a 2-time league MVP, a member of our 75th anniversary team, and for the first time ever, he's an NBA Finals MVP. The 2022 Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP award goes to Stephen Curry.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
It's the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts. Every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
It's official SIT Morn. That is how you get to us on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. That is official SIT Morn. Welcome back to the Manny Money edition of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, with the founder of the show, Brian Snow. I'm Cole Johnson, and it's
Mr. Brian Young.
You
feel you.
You have moments in sports where you love it because you want to see the athletes that you follow and their dedication just pour from the screen or the field onto you. And in the case of one Bryant Young, that is what we got in his induction to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Saturday. Wow.
He spoke so fondly of his late son, Colby, and I hate putting the word late in that sentence.
I do too.
I've had people ask me, how did you deal with it when you got sucker punched with finding out you had cancer?
How can you?
Not well. I'm still dealing with that ish.
Right.
But how does a child deal with it? With an infectious smile and keep going.
Right.
And when it returned with a vengeance, I think Colby knew where it was going. Why is this making me cry? Because it hit home.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I believe he did too. And here's the funny thing about that. So many of us put life and death in what goes on in the field and on the diamond, on the ice, or in the arena. We think, okay, well, the life and breath of whomever is in a playoff run depends on that shot to make the shot on goal, or the bucket to make, or the touchdown to get, or the home run to smash.
Mm-hmm.
And for Bryant Young, he actually had a devastating injury, which almost cost his
him
career.
his leg.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and it cost his leg. But here he is. This is his moment, where we get the chance to look at all the accomplishments that he made with the 49ers. And let's put it bluntly, we all talk about a lot of the 49ers that contributed to basically when their heyday was, when it started from 1981 to probably when it died down for sure, which would be, you could say 98, 99.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Brian Young was part of that, the second half of that.
Yeah.
So, this was
another legend out of Notre Dame, mind you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was a brilliant defensive lineman. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had the brute strength, but he also had the mentality and the intelligence to battle offensive linemen. One of the most underrated members of the greatest 49er players ever. And even on his day where he can remark on all that, no, that was not what's on his mind. What was on his mind was the valiant warrior that was and still is and will always be his son.
When I read that and I heard him say what he said about his son, I burst into tears. On two fronts. One, battle with cancer, and two, losing a child.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know the second one for sure.
For anyone who has been through some of the realities that I have been through, the one thing for me that's worse than fighting cancer and making sure it doesn't come back was losing my baby. Was losing my baby girl. So I know his pain.
Yeah, you do.
The only part I don't know is having Donna grow up in front of my eyes. Like I said, when he did that part of when he talked so glowingly about his son Colby and his infectious smile and his infectious attitude, I am out of words. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. I'm out of words because knowing how that feels erases your vocabulary. It erases every part of your vocabulary. From a very personal standpoint, Mr. Bryant Young, Hall of Famer.
And well deserved.
49er extraordinaire. To say that I feel your pain would be a horrid understatement. To say that any parent that has lost a child in any way, shape, form, or fashion feels your pain and tries to turn it positive is a horrid understatement. Number 97, Bryant Young out of Notre Dame. Graced us with his talent. Graced us with his speed, his power, the way he thought the game.
Yeah.
As a defensive end and a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, 49er faithful, he played not one but two big positions in that defense. Especially when Steve Mariucci was the coach. Remember, his first coach was George Seifert.
That's right.
Who was, for years, what? The defensive coordinator. And then Steve Mariucci moved him all around the place.
Mm-hmm.
A la Dana Stubblefield.
Oh, what a wonderful athlete.
Congratulations, Mr. Young, on your Hall of Fame selection and induction. Why is this hitting me again? Why is this hitting me again? I'm sorry, folks.
No, don't apologize, man. Because although I have not been hit with that in that type of pain, I don't wish that on anybody. And his induction on Saturday was proof that if ever you were to be callous enough to say to somebody who has lost a son in his case or daughter in my friend's case, get over it, you can't. That's something that you can't ever get over. That's something that pain is something that will never be easy to handle. You can get through it, and you can find ways to cope, and you can find ways to honor the memory of this wonderful person in your life that was gone far too soon. But that's something that you can't ever get past or over. You can only get through it, because there's going to be those moments where it's his birthday, or in Brian's case, hers. The day that they went to heaven. You will remember those days. And if you walk out and not shed a tear, then that says a lot about you in terms of, wow, you probably have come far in licking a lot of the wounds, but it's still there. It's still there.
My baby girl was born March 6, 2013. And I lost her to death March 9th, 2015.
Yeah.
I ran into so many callous people, including ones in my family.
Yeah.
Including ones in my family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've had women in my family tell me to get over losing my daughter. Are you bleeping nuts?
No,
this is why I was crying when Bryant Young talked about Kobe, because I remember Donna.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost her twice. Once to a forced adoption, and once to death. And as a father, it pisses me off to this day that the people that were involved in forcing me to give up my right to my baby girl were so callous and so mean.
Yeah.
And so full of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this bluntly, I've said this about my marriage, and I'm going to say this about me being a parent. And because I wasn't the same color as my daughter or my daughter's mother, they felt the need to intervene. It's two big occasions for me where someone tried to intervene in my life, on my decisions. Well, I made the decision to keep honoring her, you assholes. Forgive me. I'm going to continue to honor Donna. I'm going to continue to honor Colby, because Colby, this one's for you. And Brian Young, this one's for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's why it hits so hard for you.
It still does.
And it still does. And I would be shocked if it didn't.
Every year on March the 6th, I'm in tears.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, March 9th, I'm in tears.
Why wouldn't you be? This is supposed to be your legacy that continues.
I just helped celebrate my son's birthday and my daughter's birthday within a week of each other. Was I happy with that? Yeah.
Yeah, of course you were.
I'm very happy with that. And they both know about Donna.
Yeah, you seriously had to be a callous prick.
You have to be a callous, cold motherfucker.
To know that someone's suffering like that and you fix your mouth to say, don't worry, it'll pass.
My ass.
That pain never passes.
And Andrew, the chosen one's fine. I'm reading the chat here. We don't want any fights in the chat. Everything's fine. The chosen one is honoring what's going on with me and why I'm breaking down at the moment. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be good, family.
See, y'all jokingly see me pull out my notepad and try not to swear, but man, when I read that story and I heard his speech, it really hit me. And it hit me hard.
I'm still in awe of the fact that this is his moment yet. He's like, nah. I'm going to say Kobe's name out loud because I made a promise that I was going to keep his name alive. And at the possibly the biggest stage of his career and his life in terms of his professional life, where he could have said, no, I'm a Super Bowl champion, and and I have these awards and have had these accolades many times over. And he still has family because he still has his wife, he still has other children. He's like, man, Kobe, that name will live on forever. And that is what is remarkable about that particular Hall of Fame speech. Because right now you're seeing a father who has suffered the loss of a daughter. To have the composure to get up there and to actually say those words, and he's probably reliving the greatest pain of his life. And this guy almost lost a leg, but he will probably tell you the loss of his son is the greater pain than the possible loss of his leg. He probably would say it was a greater pain than the literal loss of his leg. To go up there with that much pain in your heart and you valiantly in the biggest stage you have, say, this one's for you, son. To me, Mr. Brian Young has vaulted into high respect in my heart because he knows what truly is valuable in this life.
The two toughest things I've had to go through were the loss of my dad and the loss of my daughter, and just recently the loss of my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Within a year, from blood clots to pancreatic cancer to losing my mom and remembering my daughter. I can never say I haven't cried on the air. Lord knows I have. When we got to this story and started talking about it, everything just came flooding back.
Of course it would. Your father that's lost an offspring. If it didn't hit you that way, I would look at you very strange because it would hit me that way if I had that unfortunate happening to me. And I'm sure all the anger, not just the memory of your little girl, but the anger that surrounded the event too, because that plays a huge role in how you grieve still to this day. All of that came rushing back. And I don't know all the particulars. I know a little bit of it because you've told me some of it. But I remember saying to you, once you told me about this, I said, well, these words you will never hear come out of my mouth when it comes to your daughter. Get over it, get past it, because I know you can't do either, because I wouldn't want you to do either. You just have to find a way to get through it.
And some days
you can't.
Getting through it's the toughest thing.
Yeah.
Some days getting through it is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. And then there's some days you can't get through it. And I know immediately after her passing, there were days, if not weeks, that you didn't. And how could you? Especially, I mean, his son passed away. He was a teenager. This was a girl still.
She was 2.
Yeah.
When she passed away, she was 2.
Yeah.
As I said, March 9th, 2015 is when my baby girl passed. I've always prided myself, despite being, and I'm going to go all the way there, despite being in the Black community where you're told men don't cry. Baloney. I've seen my dad cry, and I've seen my grandpa cry.
I want to say, yeah, screw that.
And to answer you guys' question, that's Donna.
It's a beautiful girl. Beautiful girl, brother. Beautiful girl.
That was Donna. Let me smile here. You probably hear some meowing in the background. That's one of 2 kittens that my wife picked up yesterday. And I had one of those little ones like right on my chest while I was trying to take a nap. Which is cool with me. They're just getting used to their new home and wondering what's going on. And I just wonder how Donna would take in Lucy, my dog, 2 little kittens. I'm just wondering how Donna would be around them. That smile right there burns in my soul every day. Those curls and those eyes. That's every bit of Daddy's baby girl. And some people will wonder why this is hitting me harder than normal. This story right here. I hope you got your answer. I hope you got your answer. Okay. Now, since the chosen one wanted to mess with me, I'm going to mess with him. And I'm doing this for pure, unadulterated laughter. Because the kids would want us to laugh. Colby would want us to laugh. Donna would want us to laugh. Same with Sonia, my son Dakota, my daughter Cheyenne, my daughter Sam. So Hot Rod is trying to be the petty king. This show is fine. And the fact that, let me borrow a little Chris Bass. The fact that you tried to soil this show by putting crap on it says a lot. But then It's not. He said, unfortunately, this guy is crying, is what one person was saying. Rod jumped in and defended and said, no, it's not. There was a little bit of confusion in the group. Rod always teases us, but he knows when things are serious. Donna, baby, Daddy loves you and misses you every day. I hope you get a chance to meet Colby. I hope you get a chance to meet Colby. And that you two like really hit it off, because this coming March, Donna would have been 10. She'd have been 10. I gotta compose myself. We're gonna go to a break, and then I promise we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun when y'all get back. Just give me a few minutes.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
For Steph Curry.
Tim Anderson.
Jordan Alvarez.
And it's caught. Deebo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan can sense.
The Fro just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold, hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
A TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, W-I-Z-E.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
And again, the 1-2 pitch on the way to Saunders. Swing and a fly ball deep to right field. Bautista going back to the track to the ball. Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It is grand salami time. Michael Saunders with a grand slam home run, the first of the year for the Mariners. Here in the top of the 10th inning, would you believe it? And it's now the Mariners 9 and the Blue Jays 5. Saunders' second home run and as many at-bats. Holy smokes! And the Mariners lead 9-5 on the grand slam home run off the bat of Saunders.
Dave D. House, that's for you, buddy.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me?
Do you believe it?
It's the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts. Every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
Hey, Toe Man, we're waiting for you. This is Snowman in the Morning.
Well, with the tall man and the medium-sized man, welcome back to Snowman in the Morning on a
You
Monday.
ain't medium-sized. Stop it.
Well, okay, yeah. I'm 6 feet and I'm the size of an offensive lineman. Okay, so
I rest my case.
Waiting in the
right. Let's do this right now.
All right.
Coffee with McCarthy. I think I'm going to change the title of that as Ryan McCarthy.
Right on cue.
And right on cue.
Can I see
done,
that
sir.
mug again?
Yeah.
Can I see that mug again?
It says, "You're not woke, you're annoying."
I must have one.
Excuse me
In
while
a
I stand
30
up and applaud.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Where do I get one, and where can I get one that's 30 ounces?
I
gotta have one of those.
That's 30 ounces.
I don't know if they
30.
exist anymore because I think it's a discontinued
damn it.
item. But it's one of my favorite creators on YouTube named Bridget Fetisi. She's hilarious. She's awesome. She's got a bi-weekly show. It's hysterical.
That's beautiful.
You know what? I gotta consume it now. You gotta let me know where we can listen to it. I love the subject you have. Sporting bucket lists.
Yeah,
We'll go around the board here. What you got?
In the very short time I have with you guys this morning, so I've got 3 on my bucket list, and one of them's coming in about I think about 7 or 8 years. So one of my bucket list items is obviously Super Bowl. I might have the Super Bowl, so that's a big bucket list item for sure. Another one is WrestleMania.
Nice.
I've always wanted to cover WrestleMania. Just to see the spectacle. And my third bucket list item is the World Cup of Rugby, which is actually coming in 2030 to the United States of America.
Oh, nice.
So I am looking forward to that and watching our boys hopefully advance to the second round. But
that would be something.
Yeah, if you've never watched 15s or 7s rugby, even 7s rugby is so much fun. I played rugby for a bit, and it's 80 minutes of just destruction and hatred and chaos, and then afterwards you go for a beer.
It's 80 minutes of emotions. I had a chance to cover a rugby match, a high school rugby match, and I'm thinking, this is football without pads.
Yeah.
I remember one time watching Australian rules football before I watched rugby, and I thought, oh, well, this is basically just Australian rules football, American style. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I did not realize how rugged rugby is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. My first practice, I think we ran. I'd never run that much ever in a practice doing anything ever, not even football. I had never run that much. I'm going, I'm so exhausted. But I kept going back because it comes down to the camaraderie and the brothership with a bunch of other dudes, and you're just absolutely just hitting the crap out of each other for 80 minutes. It's fun. It's fun. I had to leave soon. I had to leave sooner than later, but it was a fun sport.
Wow. If my respect for you couldn't have gone any higher, it most certainly has now.
Yes, it has.
Wow, man.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
it
you,
has.
Cole. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Because I could never play rugby. Football, yes, but not
football,
but not rugby. I couldn't do it.
Well,
up and down, up and down.
Snowman, with your height, you could probably play in the second row. And on the lineouts, you would be the guy we hoist in the air to get the ball because you're so tall. See, guys 6'5" and could possibly run. Yeah, you could definitely get up in the air and try to swap the ball back to the backs. So I can see you run. And Cole, you'd be with me in the front line, the front row.
I'd have to, if y'all pick me up to catch the ball, I'd have to do a Mo Alley Cox and catch it with one hand.
Look,
because I've seen that during international competitions.
That ball goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Let me say it correctly. Everywhere.
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 That ball goes everywhere. Okay,
you're
one of
right.
my bucket lists I hope to have a chance to do, and that's cover a Super Bowl. And I'm aiming for Las Vegas.
You will do that eventually. You'll do that real soon.
But I have one on my bucket list that I had a chance to see in person was Northwestern in Illinois. I saw it at both venues.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
I want to see the Iron Bowl.
It gets crazy, and I'm in Nashville. It gets crazy here. And I'm not even in the state.
You're not even in Alabama, but it's all over the South. It's nuts.
I have a story. I have a related story.
Nuts.
I have a related story. So I went to Atlanta to visit a buddy of mine back in 2016, and we went to a Braves game. I think it was our second to last year at Turner Field.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of wearing a crimson colored polo.
Oh no.
And I locked eyes with this one guy. He looks at me, he goes, "War effing Eagle." And I'm like, I'm from New York State, dude. This is just for coincidence. I wore this shirt. And I'm like, well, I know I'm in the South now, so
yes.
Yeah.
I hit you with the War Eagle chant.
I the War Eagle, and I'm not even an Alabama fan. So
one off of my bucket list I had a chance to see in person was Duke and Carolina at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Oh man.
February 2nd, 1995. Jeff
Oh,
Capel's
and not
miracle.
only
that one.
Wait. Not only go to a Duke North Carolina game, but that one. That's probably one of the most landmark games they played.
I had no ears and no throat for a week. Those people, when I first started getting to know North Carolina, and then that one with Rasheed Wallace and Jerry Stackhouse and
Jamal,
Dante Calabria, the late great Dean Smith was still at it. Cherokee Parks, Jeff Capel, as I said,
I was about to Jeff Capel,
who hit the miracle shot.
Mm-hmm.
And ESPN was there covering. ESPN was there covering it, and Jefferson Pilot Sports was covering it. Jefferson Pilot was doing the local feed, and Tim Brent was on the local call.
Mm-hmm.
I got a hold of the ESPN call with Mike Patrick and Dick Vitale. Relived it all over again. But one of the things that I said I wanted to hit, and I know we got very limited time here. We only got a couple minutes left. Was the Iron Bowl.
Yep.
I would love to have been there for this.
This is going to drop back into the end zone in single safety. So I guess if this thing comes
I would love to have been there for this.
And run it out. All right, here we go. 56-yarder. Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God.
That's the late great Rob Bramlett that's going on.
Auburn has won the Iron Bowl.
They're going to keep him off the field tonight.
In the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see. I cannot believe it. 34.
There's AJ McCarron's girlfriend who went to Auburn. He's like, I'm so sorry. Honey.
That's right. She did go to Auburn. That's right.
Yep.
But in the back of her head, she's going, we won.
I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby.
In the
War Eagle. I'm so sorry, baby. War Eagle.
in the Fanatics feedback zone, damn kick six from the playmaker. Oh man, I would love to have met Rob Bramlett.
I remember correctly, didn't Alabama have one timeout? And if they had noticed that Davis was back in the end zone, he should have called. Saban could have called timeout.
They had his bigs off the field. Auburn was empty.
Yeah.
Auburn was empty. Bama had one timeout left.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, that's
one of the rare faux pas of coaching that Nick Saban executed at Alabama.
Very rare. Very rare.
Super rare. Super rare.
That's courtesy of CBS. That's courtesy of the Auburn Tigers IMG Radio Network. Of course, the late great Rob Bramlett on the call. A Pizzle 90 as we work in the feedback zone. Greatest college football moment of the last decade, right there.
Yeah, that was
One
that
of
was
them.
that was one of them.
What one
I
of
will tell you,
because 2
I will-
weeks before the miracle at Jordan Hare happened too. So
Wait. I'm sorry. What did you just mention to me?
yes, the miracle at Jordan Hare. That happened 2 weeks before the kids.
Hey, Rod, do it again.
Here we go. 4th and 18 for the Tigers. Here's your ball game. Nick Marshall stands in, steps up, going to throw downfield, just a home run ball, and it is tipped off. And Lewis got it on the deflection. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Touchdown Auburn. Touchdown Auburn. A miracle at Jordan Hare. A miracle at Jordan Hare. 73 yards, and the Tigers with 25 seconds to go lead 43 to 38.
I will speak on this fondly as a play-by-play announcer. You do all the preparation you can, and Ryan, you've come to know this. You do all the preparation that you can, and when a moment like that happens, it all goes out the door.
See ya.
It all goes.
It doesn't prepare you for those moments.
No.
It all goes out the door. Because I can show you a moment where I was actually there when it happened. We're gonna go back to 2000, and yes, I'm playing a lot of clips. Again, that one was courtesy of CBS and Rob Bramlett and the Auburn Tigers Radio Network. I'll give you one more before Ryan has to depart. I was actually at this one because I was living in Minnesota at the time. We're in the Metrodome. Northwestern was down 35-14 to the Golden Gophers. They come all the way back to tie it at 35. Minnesota gets stupidly conservative on offense. And courtesy of one of my best friends in broadcasting and in life, Mr. Dave Bennett, this happens.
It's going to be student body right. Tip drill.
Sid Gilman used to call it the Big Red.
3 seconds left. Kustok ready. Has the ball. Rolls to the right. Looking downfield. Sets up and heaves it towards the right side of the end zone. It's going to be jump ball. Tipped in the air. Oh! It's caught. Touchdown. The Wildcats win. Sam Simmons caught the deflected pass. Unbelievable. Sam Simmons caught the tip pass. And the Wildcats win the game.
It's a Hail Mary that came through.
Dave Bennett and Company, courtesy of WGN Radio, delivering that call. You know what, Chosen One? Why don't you drink some coffee, man? No, Rod's just having fun with us, and Ryan's got to get back to work, and we got to get back to work here. So, Mr. McCarthy.
And before you go, sir, I have a little treat for you.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow. Thank you. That's awesome. That's an awesome overlay right
beautiful.
Right there. That's a great transition. Thank you.
We're using that. We gotta use that.
Gotta use it.
Gotta use it. Thank you, Ryan.
I just wish my handwriting was that neat on that paper. It's disgusting.
Yours and mine both.
So can I plug a couple things before I go?
Go ahead, bro. Yes.
All right. So new episode of No Credentials Required, episode 83 is officially out. Finally, it took me a month to write the script and 3+ hours of editing and recording.
I know
finally
the pain
out.
there.
So much pain, but the pain is worth it when it's released.
It is.
Tonight, we're going to continue this conversation about sporting event bucket lists on No Credentials Required, 8:30 on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and check it out.
Sweet.
Nice.
Definitely will check it out. Thank you, Ryan.
And Snowman, I'm going to send a link from a game I attended in 2018. It's FCS, but the wildest ending you'll probably
send it to me.
I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. Send it to me. Oh,
thanks, guys.
God.
Thank you, Ryan. It's a pleasure, brother.
So much.
We definitely love you, brother.
Oh man. made an executive decision. I'm going to close the show at 10 instead of 11.
Okay.
I didn't sleep well last night, and I want to be sure I get all the rest that I can. Still having a few stomach issues. So, Rod, I'm going to owe you an interview. We're going to try to get it done either Tuesday or Wednesday. Just watch your calendar. But I have to make sure that my body gets right and continues to get right. So after Jay Spivey departs, we will depart. And like I said, this is just purely physical, and this is just me getting everything together. Give me that transition again, man. Give me that again.
Yeah, sure.
That man does it again. The first time wait a minute. Before I heap a lot of praise on you, which I'm going to, hour 2 starts right about
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
And to give those guys a little extra weight. Roger Craig, still on his feet, still running. What a run by Roger Craig. You'll never see a better one than that. From 46 yards.
He has that thing of getting those knees high and keeping the shoulders low. And he makes every team look like they're bad tacklers. Watch the way he gets that high knee action, keeps those feet going like two pistons. Then, at the same time that the knees are going high and keeping going, the shoulder can get low to take on a tackler.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Gee, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me?
Do you believe it?
Yeah, we believe it. It's hour 2. It'll be the final hour this morning because, as I said, I'm okay, but I don't want to take any chances physically. And after the way the show ended Friday, which was absolutely amazing, I want to keep the momentum going. So thank you all for being patient with me as I get everything there. Drew, thank you. That's for you, sir.
Well, thank you, Playmaker. Thank you, Playmaker.
You know what's fun?
It's a pleasure.
Working with Cole has been so much fun because he surprised me one day 3 years ago, and he said, I need your voice. What? I need you to voice something for me. All right, lay it on me. And he started breaking down his award show. And he says, you're going to be the MC of it. I'm going to do what? And I'm at work. I was working in a group home at the time. I'm at work, and I said, you really want me to do this? And then Cole just calmly says, how much do you love The Price is Right? A whole hell of a lot. He said, think of it like that. And I know you're the perfect guy for the job. Screw it. Let's go with it.
Yeah, but it was downhill from there.
I
already knew.
That was a snowball that turned into an avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
That was a snowball that turned into an avalanche. I've loved this brother since the day that I met him. He's my partner on the show. I love you so much, man. And I love the guys in the feedback zone in the chat that have hung with the show. Consistency is a wonderful thing, especially when we got this. This guy didn't deserve all that coffee overlay. Yeah, he did. He was fully caffeinated. That was the point. But some of the transitions, you know what? When you did the one for Chris Bass, where did you find that music? Because it just perfectly fit.
I've actually had that. Music? That one was I think I found it in the YouTube audio library, and I've had that one 6 years. I would actually play it. I played off of transitions back when I would do the Cole Sports audio version, and when I was thinking about the beginnings of what type of song I want to play for the music bed underneath Into the Boom Shakalaka, I was like, okay, I want to play something that's sort of funky, but it's not. That that pushes it along, but it doesn't take away from the image.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is perfect. And so I slapped it in there. And when I saw it back before I decided to render it, I was like, yeah, this fits. This
And folks, if you haven't seen it, this is the masterpiece that we use on Friday.
Don't soil this program by putting crap on it. Joe Buck, I cannot take him. I just no dice. I'm glad Carlos Boozer finally took the kiwi off his face. It should be on your shoes, not your face. It's kiwi shoe polish, for God's sake. LeBron should come clean about his age. I wish baby Jesus that I had alcohol in this container, because I need some after watching Screaming A. Smith.
Baby Jesus? Really?
6 pounds, 7 ounces. Go tell 5 of your friends and 8 of your enemies that Chris Bass will be in the air.
Every time I hear that, I'm ready to laugh.
Yeah.
Because you never know what Chris Bass is going to come up with.
No, you don't.
I mean, you never know what he's going to. The 6 pound, 7 ounce baby Jesus had me laughing in the hospital when I heard him say that.
Oh my gosh.
That had me laughing in the hospital. And every time the nurses heard me laugh, they would just come running in. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. And then you found one of the perfect pieces. I wish I had alcohol in this cup because I needed after listening to Stephen A.
I was like, oh my gosh, these are priceless gems.
These are perfect gems, man.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
these are perfect gems.
Because my thought process was, how can I get a person who's never heard of Chris Bass or seen how the segment rolls? How can I get them the experience of, okay, this is what you're expecting in about 35, 40 seconds time? So I was like, this clip here, Carlos Boozer, this clip here about Screaming A. Smith and Nene and the use of alcohol and his baby Jesus reference. I'm like, yeah, okay.
And the LeBron James reference. I shouldn't cuss on air, which I've already done this morning, but he said
about his age.
He needs to come clean about his age. That's all I needed to hear. The first time you played that intro, and it's come from conversations you've had with him, while I was recovering.
Right.
And all I had to hear was LeBron James needs to come clean about his age. I lost it.
Oh my.
I played that for Jody, and we nearly crashed because we were laughing so hard. Some of the things, and yes, I'm paying homage to my wonderful executive producer. What started it for me in wanting Cole on the show and involved with the show somehow was this right there.
Oh Lord. Quote.
Yep. And then I'd say the quote and then
close quote. Oh Lord.
One of the best ones was Tuesdays on the Daily, and you better bring back On the Daily. I'm itching to air that.
All right.
Itching to air On the Daily. Tuesdays, Cole would find someone that was
tone deaf.
When I was in North Carolina and I knew it was time for On the Daily, I came in just as that sound was playing, and I'm going, oh no. Oh no, what did he find now? And then that same day, I see this.
You for real?
Oh, that was the same day. Oh,
same
Lord.
day. Same day. I saw that. I said, he's on fire today.
Oh Lord, both of them have stories.
But yeah, I
Both of
believe
them
it.
do. Oh gosh.
I believe it. And then
Lord.
there was wife and I were driving to Indy. I've told this story. Wife and I were driving to Indy. I get a message from Cole. I got a present for you. Like, what? And then I see this.
Bitch, are you for real?
My wife started laughing. My wife started laughing. And her next statement to me, she said, wait a minute. Let me do this
Lord.
right
Okay.
in your honor. She said,
quote,
I may have to use that from time to time.
Close quote. Oh my gosh.
But the best one, and I know I've told this, and I've told this without you being here. The best one was on a Wednesday. We only had said the phrase so many times over. Both Cole and I have only said the phrase. But then he was doing his Wednesday on the daily. I'm all jacked up, okay? I'm all jacked up because I know he's going to find something ridiculous. And then he led it perfectly, like a veer play running down the left side of the line. And then Cole says, it started like this. So I had a conversation with a broad sexual. I fell out of my chair and was in bed roaring and crying from laughter.
Oh my gosh.
I was crying from laughter. And I called him about 20 minutes later and I said, that was perfect. If you could imagine, folks, if you could imagine a face when we're trying so hard not to, but wind up discussing you know who, it would be this face right here. That entitled my ish don't stink kind of face. That's about the only way I can describe it. So of course we had to twist the knife a little bit. We have to deal with Irvingologists, which this one was perfect. And then Bradyites. And then Hardenites. And I'm not going to say what that looks like. Yes, I will. The first, look at this again. You can't tell me that guy. You know where I'm going.
Oh gosh.
In the immortal words of the late great George Carlin, didn't that seem a little fruity to you?
So there was a post-game interview that James Harden did, and it was a question that he didn't like the eye
roll. Was it the eye roll?
On the court reporter asked him, and he gave him the eye roll
and walked off.
I was like, okay. I saw that. I was like, bam, perfect.
This is why you're the EP of the show now. Because I can't come up with half the that you do. I can speak it. Wait a minute. Where are you at? I can speak it.
English. Do you speak it?
But then Cole would just come after me with,
"Oh, you were finished." Oh, well, allow me to retort.
and then he gave me this for my 50th birthday.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
I loved how I sprung that one on you because it was beautiful.
You know, like I said, you gave me that for my 50th birthday, and I couldn't stop. I haven't stopped laughing. I haven't stopped laughing.
I was like, what would be?
Nabbit.
I was like, what would be a perfect sentiment? I was like,
oh,
okay,
Andrew, you wrong for this.
Looks like a combination of Harden and Kendrick Perkins. That makes it even better. That makes it even better.
I'll never forget this one when my partner said, Kendrick Perkins, how can I put this succinctly? Oh, yeah. You tripping. And the eyebrow goes up. Right there. That look right there. That look right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, and A Pizzle, yeah. Pulp Fiction is one of my favorites of all time too.
I love Pulp Fiction. Sometimes you just gotta say to people and spring it on.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
My thought was, okay, so Brian's 50 today. I'll be 50 in 9 months. What's the sentiment that I normally would have? Because I know it'd be the same as I was like, okay, I was like, I know it's somewhere here, and I know the phrase. I was like, there we go. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be perfect.
And you sprung it on me that morning. Man, I just kept saying perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now in the comment section, Rod's trying to do that. You ain't stealing CJ from me. And I know he's kidding. I know he's kidding when he does that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also kidding in response.
Oh, Lord. Stop the cap.
Sometimes you got to think.
I'm getting too old for this.
But then one day, Cole Johnson hit us with this.
The thought process was simple. What picture can typify Russell Westbrook's shooting, where he can't say jack to any of that? He can't take offense to it. He can't say that I'm just defaming his family or his name or his heritage. I'm like, sir, here it is right here.
Mm-hmm. Then he added one day, unbeknownst to me, of course, I said something, and Cole interrupts and goes, before you go any further, sir, and he does this.
The comment that I loved the most when we played that was someone actually said, that is the whitest laugh I have ever seen.
Yes.
That's the point.
That is intentional. Right. That is 120% intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I may as well empty the clip. And then Cole surprises me yet again with this monstrosity.
I wanted to pull that out Friday, and I will pull that out this Friday.
Good. Because there's some ridiculousness with that comparison. Ben Sudderth in the house, BS3. What's up? What's going on, man?
Love you, Ben.
Love you, Ben. Love when you got one of my all-time favorite movies. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction, man, it's awesome.
You look. I'll respond in kind. No, I'll let you do it. You're the EP. Give me a little Dolomite for this comment, will you, please?
Oh, Lord. All right, you asked for it.
I did.
Here we go.
Bitch, are you for real?
Thank you. I needed that. You're inside of hour 2 with Snowman and Cole Johnson as we're going off we're off the board taking a stroll down memory lane about how our show started and all this fun started. And I better do this right. Where is it? There it is. You need to create something, sir, with this sound. You know what's funny? I found a flash game, an online flash game, Face the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
I found it.
Okay.
Now I just got to get that spin sound, the bonus version thereof, and I got to get that to you.
Okay.
Now where do we have the most fun? You can't pick a day, but I had an idea for a segment which I'm going to bring back next week called Unpopular Opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I put it in Cole's hands, and this is what he came up with.
Lost the football. It's on the ground. Covered by the Raiders.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback's arm was going forward. It is an incomplete pass.
Spread out. Well, he's out. That's out.
Incredible opportunity. Durant for three. It's good. Kevin Durant from downtown. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers. Kevin Durant from downtown.
Whether you like it or don't like it, it's stuff you gotta live with each and every day of your life.
I've used it since, and will continue to use it. So as much as Cole makes me laugh, I decided to get even, and I popped this up one day. I didn't even read the part. I didn't even read the other parts. All I did was do an impression of my partner and said, ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James is still the best basketball player in the world.
As I said,
where's Dolomite at? First of all, we give you the good doctor,
Right.
and
Bitch, are you for real?
we'll throw a little red in there too.
Bitch, please.
thank you. You know what clip you need to find?
What?
Adam Sandler. And you know the phrase I want you to find.
The price is wrong.
Exactly. But that's gotta go during football season. That's gotta go. Hey, Pizzle H.
In the world. On purpose to be that demonstrative.
Yes.
Oh my
How
god.
can you go wrong with some of the stuff that Cole comes up with? That's why he's my EP. And many times Cole has said I climbed into his head when we're sharing a thought, but he's climbed into my head a lot, especially lately, coming up with some of this. One of my all-time personal favorites.
Oh, that never gets old.
Let me do an impression from your commercial. I'll let you say it and I'll push the button. Go ahead.
Praise everything does and never criticize him.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I'll give you a few more. How about this? because that just don't fit. Okay, I'll give you this.
Why you always lying?
You suck, you jackass.
And yes, that's directed at a certain player.
Mm-hmm.
Suck.
Oh, here you go. I forgot I had this one.
You suck.
And of course, from my partner,
you tripping. Oh my gosh.
Kendrick Perkins, and he had a straight face. Kendrick Perkins, how can I say this succinctly? Oh, yeah.
You tripping.
But I gotta. And then when I made my return on May 2nd. Sick Diggy, one of our normal commenters, laid a suggestion on Cole.
Yeah, about 2 or so weeks prior. Yeah.
Yep. He laid a suggestion on him and mentioned the name Sir Isaac Hayes.
One of my favorite musicians of all time and songwriters.
That was all that Cole needed.
If I were Joel Embiid, I'd run like hell.
Urbingologist, why is your leader a horrible basketball player?
Ben Simmons, get out of the league. Period.
I'm talking about number 33, Roger Craig.
And you don't lose to the same team in the Super Bowl twice. LeBron James as a basketball player is pure, unadulterated trash and has been for 20 years.
And I still haven't paid you enough homage to this day.
No. Well, my goal in creating that was I just wanted you to feel like you were welcomed with open arms back to the mic.
Well, that's appreciated. I'm not all the way back yet, but I'm getting there. Yeah. A little Jose Altuve and then a break, and then we get Jay Spivey. Fun. But first, I got to honor my partner with a little bit of Robert Ford.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Here's a 2-1. And that's driven deep to left center field. Gardner is going back. Looking up. See you later. See you later. Astros headed back to the World Series. Jose Altuve, a walk-off 2-run homer. And the Astros beat the Yankees 6-4. Win the ALCS 4-2.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
Then there was my wife at the end of it, lending a hand with her voice as well.
Of course.
Oh, boy. A break, and then Jay Spivey. There's a quarterback competition in Carolina?
Yeah.
Don't you believe it? Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
For Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Yordan Alvarez.
And it's caught! Deebo Samuel with the catch! Michael Jordan can sense
The Fro just got the king!
BS3 Network. The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold, hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
And again, the 1-2 pitch on the way to Saunders. Swing and a fly ball deep to right field. Bautista going back to the track to the ball. Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It is grand salami time. Michael Saunders with a grand slam home run, the first of the year for the Mariners. Here in the top of the 10th inning, would you believe it? And it's now the Mariners 9 and the Blue Jays 5. Saunders' second home run and as many at-bats. Holy smokes! And the Mariners lead 9-5 on the grand slam home run off the bat of Saunders. Dave D. House, that's for you, buddy.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it? It's the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts. Every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
Hey, Toe Man, they're waiting for you. This is Snowman in the Morning.
Back at it. Snowman in the Morning. Cole Johnson on a Manic Monday. Cole Johnson here. Brian Snow over there. And, man, I'm looking forward to our next guest.
Indeed, indeed. As Jay Spivey joins us right now. Good morning, Jay. Good to have you.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Doing good, man.
Doing good.
Good.
I'm going to say this with as much... Oh, hell, let me be honest. I'm going to say this with as much sarcasm as possible because I know how Jay covers sports in the Carolinas the same way I do with reality. There's a quarterback competition with the Carolina Panthers.
And go.
Guys, let me just put this straight to you guys. There is zero quarterback competition in Charlotte. We all know who the quarterback's going to be. I don't understand what Matt Rule is talking about. Baker Mayfield will be the quarterback week 1. I don't care what he says right now. He will be the quarterback week 1.
Or they wouldn't have gotten it. Or they wouldn't have gotten it.
They wouldn't have gotten him.
Thank you.
They wouldn't have gotten him if he wasn't going to be the quarterback. Sam Darnold is a cooked goose.
Thank you. And do you think Baker Mayfield's not chomping at the bit to play the Browns?
Come on. He's not only is he going to play the Browns, he's going to play all 16 games.
17.
17. Thank you. 17. I'm still stuck on 16. I'm sorry.
Sam
Darnold will not see the field.
No, unless Baker gets hurt, and we all know that he can get hurt. He's a little injury prone.
Yeah,
but
he is.
But Sam Darnold is going to play as little as he possibly can this season.
Which makes me question the investment they made in him in the first place.
Well, again, I'm going to say this for the umpteenth time. Not to you guys. I understand you guys know where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But do the Panthers brass know what they're doing?
No.
No, they don't.
And the bad part is, you and I have said this for the two plus years we've been on air, Jay, and they keep proving it.
And there's a lot of people who don't see through that. There are a lot of people down here in South Carolina. They don't see that. They don't see that they do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
scary.
to me, they're a long way from being good in a terrible division.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing you can say about the NFC South that would make it winnable.
I go back to 2 years ago. Not only have they had quarterback issues for years now.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard people talk about how great Robbie Anderson was and how great their receivers were,
Lord
what?
have mercy.
And you're relying on Christian McCaffrey, who's always hurt. I mean, you're not going to win that way.
And wouldn't it be surprising if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt again? No.
It was, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. That's the last thing.
No.
But it was
I don't
surprising
either,
if he didn't get hurt week 1 against the Browns. Or
Because
even
the Browns
before
are
that,
the Browns are going to come after him and Mayfield.
Of course they are.
They're going to come after him and Mayfield.
Yeah.
More Mayfield than McCaffrey, but they're licking their chops to get to McCaffrey.
You think they're just going to stop and say, "Hey, this guy's injured. We're not going to tackle him."
They want to tackle him.
Absolutely.
Right. They want to tackle him. The thing is, every player on both teams have circled that game. And I'm thinking the Browns more than the Panthers have, because unless I'm reading this incorrectly, unless my football acumen has somehow suffered a decline, even with all my health issues, the Carolina Panthers are being totally lackadaisical in camp and in getting prepared for week 1.
Is anybody surprised at that?
No.
No.
I'm certainly not.
This starts at the top. Your owner is a buffoon who's a clown. Your coach should have been fired, but they won't do it because they don't want to pay that contract that they should have never given him.
Right.
You have 2 quarterbacks, neither of whom, if you combine the 2, could play as a top-level quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And your best player is constantly hurt.
Your best player is a running back, not a quarterback.
Right.
What
does that tell you?
And they throw him the ball all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say about your receivers when you throw it to a running back all the time?
That they don't value them, that they don't
trust them.
Or trust them. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. They don't trust them.
Robbie Anderson is not a number 1 receiver. He's not.
He's not. He's never been a number 1 wide receiver.
The first time
I said this before I moved from Durham. He's not a number 1 receiver.
The first time I heard someone actually mention Robbie Anderson and number 1 wide receiver in the same sentence, I darn near lost it.
Same.
I probably stopped laughing after 5 minutes.
Snowman, how many times have we heard that over the years?
Too damn many.
I'm like, the number 1 wide receiver.
Too damn many.
He wasn't that when he was with the Jets. How would he be that now?
No.
I mean, how the hell can you say he's the number 1 receiver when he's yet to prove he's the number 1 receiver? And Cole just said it. He wasn't even the number 1 receiver with the Jets.
Well, you're looking through blinders if you think he's the number 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Black and teal colored blinders. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what, Ryan McCarthy? Thank you. Robbie Anderson wasn't even number 1 receiver with the Jets. He was only thrust into that role because the Jets had number 4s and number 5s and at 2 and 3. Perfect.
Yep.
That's the only reason Robbie Anderson was somewhat trusted as a number 1 receiver. And I'll give you the play where everyone thought he was a number 1 receiver. It came against the Dallas Cowboys. after the Jets had stopped the Cowboys on the 8-yard line. I beg your pardon. And then one play later, Sam Darnold hooked up with Robbie Anderson, and they turned it into a 92-yard touchdown. That is what thrust Robbie Anderson in the eyes of many who think they know the game to believe that he was the number one receiver.
Because everything is magnified when anybody plays the Cowboys.
Yes.
But when you look at the breadth of his career, he's not a number one.
No. Never has been a number
Never
one.
has been.
And never will be.
And they have yet to draft it. They haven't had a number one receiver since Muhsin Muhammad. And he was with them twice.
Wow.
Just look at, what was it, 2 drafts ago when they had a chance to draft all those great receivers and didn't
get one of them. They didn't get any of them.
Didn't get one of them. Didn't get one of them.
Didn't get any of them. Jay Spivey joining us from North Carolina this morning, talking all things Carolina Panthers and the supposed quarterback competition when we know that Baker Mayfield is the starter, period. He's taking the snaps leading up to week 1, and the Browns are licking their chops to come after him.
One other thing I want to add is that when they play each other week 1, these two teams deserve each other. They're two clown on it.
Period.
Right from the top. The owners are idiots. The coaches seem to be idiots.
Yep.
And it's just from top to bottom. And the shame of it is.
And the only person I feel for is Kevin Stefanski.
Well, I don't know if he's the one who accepted this job.
True. Yeah. Very true. Can't argue with that.
And I know he's a great player, but I still go back to that game. 2 years ago, I guess, when Myles Garrett acted like a fool against the Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
I mean, he's a tremendous player, and he seems to be a good guy, but I don't know what happened to him that night.
Something snapped. He said
that Mason Rudolph acted a fool and a jerk, and called him out of his name, and he was like, "You're gonna not just catch these hands, you can catch his helmet."
What?
And he hasn't been and Myles Garrett hasn't been the same since. I mean, he's a terrific player, yes, but where's that terrific player gone?
When these two teams play each other in about a month, I guess it is.
Mm-hmm.
These two, they absolutely deserve each other.
Yes, absolutely, they do.
It's sad that you say that, but it's so true.
We're 30. Well, I know, not discounting the Thursday night game when the Rams play the Bills, but I guess we're 34 days away from opening day.
That's about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I used to live in Carolina, and I'm going to say this aloud. I would rather watch the fourth quarter, and this is for you, Cole. I'd rather watch the fourth quarter of the Hall of Fame game than the regular season opener between the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. And remember, I cover the Carolina Panthers. What people don't like about me and about Jay and others like us, it's called speaking the truth.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing that the people don't understand, especially down here, unless the Panthers are on a single game, on the primetime games, I rarely watch the Panthers because usually on Sunday I watch Red Zone. That's all I watch is Red Zone because I want to watch every
other games.
Same.
I want to watch every
other games.
Same. Now this NFL Plus.
And I rarely watch the Panthers play unless they're playing in a primetime game, which hardly ever happens.
Which hardly ever happens. Hardly ever happens. And when my wife and I were living there, y'all know my wife's a Colts fan.
Mm-hmm.
She trusted me. She's like, do whatever you can to find the Colts game. I'm like, baby, I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying.
Do whatever you can.
Well, to me, Red Zone is the best way to watch all the games without watching a single game.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And I'm similar to you, Jay. I mean, look, I mean, as a fan, I do have a rooting interest, but outside of that, since I have to be impartial, I try to get as many games as I can get in because I want to see each one equally.
Yeah.
Well, for me, during football season, generally I'm in a high school game on Friday nights. If I get home in time to see some of the Friday night TV games, I'll watch them. Saturday from the time I wake up, I watch game day in the morning, and I watch football till the time I fall asleep that night.
Same.
And then Sunday I watch football
Same
from
thing.
1 o'clock until the 8:30 game ends.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday night I watch another game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I plan my weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's about how it goes here.
That's how. Yeah, that's how fall weekends normally roll.
That's about how it goes here. That's about how it goes in my house.
Well, there are a lot of people who think differently, and I just don't understand that mentality.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to the mall. I could not care less about going to the mall.
I'm with you.
And y'all wonder why I love having Jay Spivey on the show each and every Monday.
I'm with you on that, Jay.
When y'all wonder why I love having Jay Spivey on the show each and every Monday, because he tells it like it is. And when I led with the question about a quarterback controversy, aka a quarterback competition, and then to have Cole enhance it by saying go, and Jay Spivey just went, because it's the truth. Almost every other camp has earmarked who's going to start week 1 for him. There's no quarterback competitions going on.
Whether it be the Panthers or any other team, these coaches know exactly who the quarterback's going to be week 1.
Exactly.
They'll say, well, we haven't decided. Yeah, of course they've decided.
They've decided.
They have had all winter and all summer and all spring to figure this out.
They're playing it up until Labor Day weekend.
Right.
When all the announcements come out, Labor Day weekend, of course, this
well,
year.
Then some of them will say, well, we'll wait till kickoff to decide.
Well,
no, you're not.
No, you're not, because you already know who's going to start for you.
Yeah.
You already know who's going to start for you.
I know you root for the Niners. Mm-hmm. They knew exactly they were going to start Trey Lance since the end of the season last year.
Exactly. They knew that after the
and
NFC
he's gone through
Championship
this
game.
charade for 6 months till recently.
Yep. They knew after the NFC Championship game that they were going to make a change.
And so
they knew they were going to make a change. I felt it. I didn't want to believe it, but I knew they were going to make a change after the NFC Championship game.
And I think they're making a huge mistake by doing that.
Huge.
Big. Why would you want to go with the quarterback that's only had 2 games in the NFL?
2 games,
and that was the first 2 games he played in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's played what, two games in the last 3 since the end of that
2
season.
Games in 3 seasons.
In 3 seasons, yeah. Meanwhile, you wave goodbye, or you want to wave goodbye to a QB that took you to the Super Bowl, and with the doorstep and take you to another one.
I'll end with this point. I don't think they're gonna trade him. They're gonna hold on to him.
They can't keep him on there. They can't keep him on the roster.
Unfortunately, they need to trade him.
Keep him on the roster. They're going to either have to trade him or release him. You can't keep him on the roster.
No, not after this decision.
Man, Trey Lance is just not ready. He's just not ready.
No,
we're going to see it, and we're going to see it. Now I'm going to hate it, but the truth is going to hurt. But we're going to see like every other running quarterback. He's going to run the ball and he's going to get hurt. He's going to run himself. He's going to run himself into the ground.
Don't say that, Jay, because that's exactly what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That was exactly verbatim what I was.
He's going to run himself. He's going to run himself
to an injury.
Listen,
he's not ready to throw the ball.
There's another quarterback that is going to regress. I will say it again. There's another quarterback that's going to regress because he's using his legs more than his arm. His name, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he's recovering from doing that from a season in injury in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And he's representing himself on a new contract.
Or
we'll hit
by not fully negotiating correctly.
We'll hit that tomorrow because I have some things to say about that, and people are just not going to believe when I say Lamar Jackson has regressed in front of our eyes since his MVP season. But this is how you know that people who think they know football and think they watch football don't, because He's going to continue to regress until he learns the one key thing about being a quarterback: throwing the damn ball.
Why do you think all the
correctly.
receivers have left the Ravens?
Because Lamar wasn't throwing them the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Heck, Hollywood Brown left Baltimore so fast and went to Phoenix. He got a speeding ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's not going to see the field. And then you got this. All right, I gotta get Jay on this real quick. And then you got this Kyler Murray business. And yes, I meant the word business. I meant the word business
because he had the nerve. He had the nerve in the middle of last season to basically say, "Well, I don't need to watch film because I intrinsically know what's going on." Okay,
guys, I know a lot of people ripped the Cardinals for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
For putting that in his contract. But what is wrong with putting an addendum in somebody's contract to say you got to do such and such, whether it be watching film or whatever else?
There isn't.
But why are the Cardinals even doing this to begin with? What has he done that's so wonderful?
Now that is the fault that
there were some
that's
games
that's a $1 million question.
There were some games last season where I was like, "What are you doing?"
I asked two questions about these two quarterbacks. What did Lamar Jackson do to earn a unanimous MVP, let alone an MVP? And secondly, what has Kyler Murray done to warrant and earn the contract extension that he got?
A $230 million contract with a $106 million extension.
It's like
guaranteed.
That shows you the dearth of quarterbacks in the NFL.
It's like Andy Dorff said on Thursday. If you bitch and whine and moan enough, you will get what you want in the world of professional sports. Kyler Murray just proved it, and Lamar Jackson is about to prove it again.
Oh, boy.
Kyler Murray is probably a better baseball player, but it's easier to get money in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. It's easier to get fast money in the NFL.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Now in baseball,
unless you get fast money, and you know what? There's only one play I've seen of Kyler Murray that kind of made me pay attention to him, and that's the miracle with DeAndre Hopkins. That's it.
The Hail Murray. Yeah.
That's it.
That easily is the best play he's ever made.
And he should have
in his program.
He should have. A Pizzle dropped this. Should have stayed with baseball.
Some of the things he does just make you want to scratch your head.
Ain't that the truth? Mm-hmm. All right, we got to get out of here. Jay Spivey joining us as he does every Monday, breaking down football the way it needs to be broken down. Thank you very much, sir. We love you. We'll see you next Monday.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great week.
You too, brother.
I love when guys tell the truth like that.
I do too.
Because what has Kyler Murray done to warrant a contract extension? What has Kyler Murray done to warrant a payment of $160+ million guaranteed? What is he guaranteed? What has he done to lift the Arizona Cardinals on his back?
The thing is, you're now looking at the market, and the going rate for quarterbacks is this. And guess who you have to thank for that? Go to Palmer, Ohio. You look at the offices of one Jimmy Haslam, and he has set the quarterback market for expected 5-year, $230 million contracts.
He set it on fire.
Yeah.
By trading for a quarterback that.
And not only did he slide $230 million guaranteed in Mr. Watson's pocket, but he decides to let go of 3 first-round draft picks to the team that Watson used to be employed by. So not only do you have he's worth 5 years, $230 million, but he's also worth 3 number 1 draft picks, which I said all along it was going to take that to get him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what teams are thinking. They're thinking, well, heck. So we have to roll the Brinks truck and basically have something worth close to $500 million just to get a franchise QB or something close to that facsimile thereof.
And my response is the following. It's sad, it's terrible, but unfortunately,
and you're going to see more of these contracts like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now
every team's gonna have a contract like that. Every team's gonna, and half of these quarterbacks haven't even earned it. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray.
I mean, heck, if you want to see he earned it by having a
freaking Jackson.
You want to see he earned it by making a playoff trip. Cool. At least Lamar Jackson's won a playoff game.
Yes,
but I mean, really, okay. So Murray has given you a couple of good throws and he's gave you a couple of good runs, but I'm already seeing a disturbing trend with him, and that is he starts off fast and he seems to tail off hard when the calendar turns to November.
Yeah, he does.
And that's been the last 2 years. I mean, tails off hard. And now you're starting to see that if he tails off hard, the team will follow suit.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign at all. All right, I made myself a promise. I made my body a promise. We're going to get on and get out of here. But for all the teams that are signing quarterbacks to mega deals that haven't proven anything,
you tripping.
And that's my last note of the day. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, then they... Oh, wait. I did it wrong. If your dreams don't scare you...
Oh, then they are not big enough.
Dream big, do bigger. And we want y'all to do bigger. And thank you all for being here this morning.
Yes.
We appreciate every single one of you. Comments
guys.
and all. We appreciate all you guys. And Bryant Young,
thank you.
I cannot tell you how much this father appreciates you and your tribute to your lost son in Colby.
You're a full-fledged man, sir.
And I know for damn sure I'm going to say my daughter's name. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.